Dave Palumbo here with another RX Muscle Rant. Today's topic, why I think that Kai Greene will absolutely do the Mr. Olympia. I know that's a very controversial statement. Pretty much everyone, and even I was kind of going along with the sentiment that we would never see Kai back on a bodybuilding stage. Chris Aceto has said it, Sean Ray has said it, and a lot of other people out there just say Kai's not interested in doing the Olympia, he's just on to other things. But I'm telling you, I don't agree with that. I've changed my mind, I've thought about it, I am making a prediction here. And I've gone online and made many predictions before, a lot of them are wrong, but my prediction is that we will see Kai Greene in the 2019 Mr. Olympia competition. That's right, I believe that he will do this competition. I'm gonna tell you why. There's a couple of reasons. First reason is that now that Phil Heath is hinting that he will be back, and I think we will hear an announcement from Phil probably over the next couple weeks, maybe sooner than that, that he will indeed be doing the Mr. Olympia, trying to win back his title from Sean Roden. I think that that alone is Kai's raison d'etre, or the reason for him being. He needs motivation. Kai is a very artistic, dramatic guy. Every show I've ever seen him, every big show I've ever seen him win, from the Arnold Classic, when he fell off the treadmill like 2 days before, he always seems to need to create some kind of dramatic event that will precipitate him making this, like, you know, comeback and winning and stealing the show and just showing up and totally impressing people in dramatic fashion. And I believe that this is like his red carpet that they're rolling out from him. If Phil Heath enters that show, now Kai has an ability not only to try to beat Sean Roden, the existing Mr. Olympia, but to come back and beat his nemesis, Phil Heath, who he's never beaten, at the Olympia competition, at least not while Phil was Mr. Olympia. So here's Kai's opportunity to sweep in there, as the guy who's going to rescue the Mr. Olympia, achieve something that he's basically his whole life desired, the Mr. Olympia title, in super dramatic fashion. Imagine this: Roden, Mr. Olympia, Heath coming back for the title, Kai coming back to try to take out Phil Heath as well, and Sean Roden, and win a title that he's never won. It's like Peyton Manning trying to win the Super Bowl that he had never won. So I believe that this will be enough motivation to get Kai's creative juices going, to get him to say, you know what, here's my opportunity. The stars are aligned, the perfect storm, everything is happening on this one day at the exact right time. Now's my chance to show up, because if I win here, I basically shut everyone up. Number one, I win the Olympia that people thought I couldn't win. I beat Phil Heath, who I thought was gone from the sport, because he lost last year. And I can beat a new Mr. Olympia at the same time in dramatic fashion. So the fact that also I'm sure that Sean Roden showed up in Pittsburgh and looked vulnerable to Kai had to also pique his interest a little bit. But I believe that if Phil Heath announces that he will do the Olympia, we will see Kai Greene follow suit. I don't think as quickly as Phil or right after, but I think we will see an announcement from Kai at some point in the near future, in the next month or two, where he's going to say, I'm doing this show. And who knows, maybe he'll wait to the last minute, but I believe that he's probably in the gym right now preparing. There's no way he's not, I guarantee it. I can feel it in my soul that this is Kai Greene's moment to shine. This is his one chance that he's going to step into the perfect storm. Because let's face it, if Phil does the show this year and doesn't win, okay, chances are we're not going to see him back again. So that's a risk. And I know that Kai wants to beat Phil Heath for that Olympia. He doesn't want to just come in and beat Sean Roden. He wants to take out Phil Heath, a guy he hasn't been able to beat at the Olympia when he was going time and time again. Remember, they almost had a fight on stage at one point. There was a lot of animosity there. There was a lot of energy and drama there. Kai needs to end this final chapter, the end game, if you want to give an Avengers analogy, to his career. Finish on a high note and then retire. I think that would be the greatest, and who knows, if he wins, he might not retire. We might, it's like boxing. You win the championship, do you give it up after that? I don't know. I don't think, we might see Kai continue to go on, but I think this is Kai Greene's time to shine. I think now he has enough dramatic reason to get on that stage. That's what he needed. He needed the motivation. It wasn't that he was necessarily pissed off at anyone. It wasn't that he was afraid to get on stage. It wasn't that he was too busy. It was that he needed a dramatic reason to want to do this show, and I think it exists now. Phil Heath is his protagonist in this drama that's ensuing, okay? You always need a protagonist in every movie. I used to read script books on how to write scripts and stuff like that. My father was a writer. And they say every movie is either a Rocky movie or a James Bond movie. And this is a Rocky movie I've ever seen. Kai Greene is Rocky for sure. He wants to prove that he's just not another bum from the neighborhood, okay? That he can be Mr. Olympia. He came from humble, beginnings. No one ever thought he would amount to anything. He's achieved everything in the sport except the Olympia title. The one thing he really wanted that has really no monetary value to him. It's a sentimental value. It's something that's important to him to validate him as being able to achieve the greatest title in all bodybuilding. And I say that Kai will be at that Olympia in Vegas in September of this year. Mark my words, Dave Palumbo with an RX Muscle Rant.